First thing I wanted to do is lay some fiberglass over all the edges just to make sure that this is structurally sound before we do anything else. After the fiberglass, I went ahead and laid some fiberglass filler over top of it just so I could start to get that shape before we filled it and started to make it super smooth. So after I had the fiberglass filler all sanded down, I put body filler on. I put a lot on because it's a lot easier to just put excess on to start and sand it all down, so that way you're not having to keep layering body filler on over top of it. So this way is a lot easier and saves a lot of time down the road. So I lost the file for this part, but what that white stuff is gel coat. It's what you put on the outside of boats that makes them super smooth and waterproof, and I wanted to put this on because I thought it would smooth everything out and make things a lot easier and then waterproof it at the same time. But just due to inexperience putting it on, I could not get it to go on smooth, and then messing up the first layer. When I tried to do other layers, it just didn't work out as well. So what I'm doing here is sanding it all down as best I can, but it's really tacky. Even if after I let it dry 3 or 4 days, it just didn't want to sand. So I ended up putting body filler over top of everything, and this was painful. I had to take a day or two break just because this was a huge setback. This put me back about a week just for this part alone, because it's a lot of body filler, and you never like putting body filler on because you feel really inexperienced and it hurts doing it. But this was well worth it, and by the time I got the results done and it painted, it was well worth it because it turned out so much smoother than I could have expected. So this was a big setback, but trust me, worth it in the end, and we'll keep moving forward, as TJ Hunt would say, because yeah, this is what it's like working on cars. Lots of mistakes and redoing things. Mini tangent here, guys. So this sander that I'm using, you'll see me switch out pads pretty often just for this one part, and that's because it's one of those Velcro sanders where you connect like a fabric pad on the bottom of it, and I goofed and put a sticky one on it once, and all the stick came off into the Velcro, so now the Velcro has like no grip, so the other pads come off super easily. I need to get a new sander or just replace the part or whatever, but I just don't want it right now. So making do with what we got. Just explaining why you see me rotating pads a lot. Alright, so this part here I was putting off for a while because this was actually a brand new top, and I'm having to cut it up because this is how it needs to work. So I had to cut the back part off because there's just no spot for the window, and it just be in the way, like really needed to go. And so what I'm doing now is I'm pounding tabs into the back so that way it holds the back in, as you can see there, a lot more zoomed in. So I put a bunch of those in. I'm going to go back and do something else later. This already works well and it'll get the job done for now. But what's the deal is the top is going to meet up with the roll bar there, or the top when it's up. So that's why I had to cut that off. You'll see it later in another video. after what is essentially a month of work, we finally got the back not done yet. There's still more work to do, but let me show you where we're at so I can end out this video for you guys. We got the main bulk of it done, and I only laid one layer of primer, which that was mostly for the purpose that I really wanted to see it all in one color, because as I said, I've been working on this for about a month and I just need a little bit of encouragement, and so sometimes just seeing it one color gives you a lot of hope. Things that I'm really pleased about, it's super smooth on the side, things mold up very well, the corners look good as well. Let's see if I could zoom in. But just the way that these edges, there's not really too much wrong with it, like it's smooth, and that part isn't hit with the primer, but I'm very, very happy with that. Here's a bit of work that still needs to be done that'll come up in the next video of this. Don't know when that'll quite be because I have some other work planned to fill you guys in, so it's not just having to wait another 3 weeks. So I'll be filming this while I'm doing other work. Here's the main part that needs to be done. I need to trim this to follow the line of the bash bar here on top, specifically when the top is up, because right now when you're looking at it from the front, you can tell that it doesn't match, and so it really looks weird in person because the corner just sticks up quite a lot. So that'll be simple-ish. It'll be just chopping it off and then putting a new top on there. It'll take some time because bodywork does that. But the second part that'll take a bit more time is to replace this vinyl wrap. I have this on here so I could drive this car on the freeway if I want to, and these aren't big parachutes, but I do need to make something more permanent. So that'll come with when I replace the top here. So all the process that will happen in time coming up. So that's where we are with that. It's really nice to have it at this stage so far. So we're doing 2 projects. Well, I guess kind of 3 coming up. One you could see, another one is, so I'm working on a fully custom exhaust, but being fully custom takes some time, so I'm starting now. That video should be coming out either next or the one after that. So anyway, that's where we're at with that. Also, if you guys do want to help out the show, help me be able to afford these projects to keep content coming for you guys, there are a couple ways you could do that. The first way, buy some merch. Go ahead and check out the link down below. I've got quite a few different things up there. Really, really, really comfy sweatshirts. Like, I know this isn't really sweatshirt season, but they're perfect. Like, they're super, super soft. Put them through the washer 15, 20 times and still super soft. It's great. They're comfortable. Got shirts, socks, phone cases, a bunch of good stuff up there. Go ahead and check it out. It's a link right in the description down below. I do have a Patreon. You can look at it if you want. Honestly, it's just that if you want to give and you don't want to buy something. So that's all that really is. I'll be honest with you. And aside from that, usual, dislike, and subscribe, hit in the comments, guys. Bye.